And that white man just called me but said it wasn't about race. Oh, okay. Take his word for it. Good morning, Minneapolis. Welcome to Wednesday, March 24th, 2021. Minneapolis, how you doing? Thank you so much for tuning in to Good Morning Minneapolis. We're with Onsite Public Media, and I'm your host, Toussaint Morrison, and it's all good. Good morning, St. Paul. Hey, Richfield, how you doing? All right. Hey, St. Louis Park, it's good to see you too. Stillwater, what's going on? Yeah, okay. Edina. We'll jump into the headlines. Last week, March 16th, a gunman opened fire at 3 different Asian spas in Ackworth, Georgia, killing 8 people, wounding 1. 6 of the people that he killed were Asian women. The gunman was identified as Robert Aaron Long, a white man, and he was apprehended 150 miles south of Atlanta, Georgia, CNN writes. State troopers took him, Robert Aaron Long, into custody after using a special pursuit maneuver to spin his car out of control. They took him in alive. They showed that they can do that. They can take a person in alive. Yes, Robert is alive and in custody. The entire event is catastrophic. It's horrific. 8 people are gone. Not only the community in Georgia is affected by this, the entire country as well as the world at large has been affected by this event, especially the Asian community. And now there's a situation that words cannot even describe. It's traumatized many. And this is what Police Captain Jay Baker had to say about that.
He was pretty much fed up and kind of at the end of his rope, and yesterday was a really bad day for him, and this is what he did.
You're going to tell me that this boy pulled up to 3 different locations with a gun, intentionally killed 8 people, wounded 1, and that's a bad day. Police Captain Jay Baker has summed this up as a bad day. A mass murder as a bad day. In the words of Billy Duke, for you, Mr. Jay Baker, I say, you know you done f***ed up. You know you done f***ed up, right? You f***ed up as of now. Like right now, you f***ed up. Nah, dog, that is not how this works. This boy pulled up to 3 different locations and committed mass murder, a hate crime.
Sheriff now, Frank Reynolds, as promised. Sheriff, I thank you for your time. The investigators say it's too early to tell whether this was a hate crime. How do you go about investigating that, and when do you think you may be able to make a determination?
Too early to tell? What do you mean too early to tell? If it says 5 p.m. on the clock, it's not too early to call it 5 p.m. That's a hate crime, my friend. Also, where is this man tanning at? Where is Shepard Smith tanning at? I too know a man named Shep, and he's pretty tan as well. I bet y'all will be friends.
Well, thank you, Shepard. But first, let me say that our hearts and our prayers go out to the victims, their families, the Asian community.
Well, you hear what he just said? The cognitive dissonance this man has is so immense that he can personally reach out to the Asian community and yet say it's not a hate crime. Affects Asian community, not a hate crime. A plus B equals...
I have watched the entire interview with the suspect, and he does make a full confession. And during that interview, I did not hear anything about race. It was other than us asking the question.
Oh, he didn't mention anything about race. They interviewed him. He didn't say anything about race. Great, got it. White guy that just killed 6 Asian women said it was not racially motivated. Okay, cool, makes sense. Yeah, I usually always believe that. When white people say it's not about race, I'm just like, I hear you. I got it. Believed. To put all of this into context, according to criminology, it takes someone to kill 3 or more people to be labeled a serial killer. This is a phrase we did not find in any of the reporting referring to Robert Aaron Long. Also, a hate crime is defined as follows. A criminal offense against a person or property motivated in whole or in part by an offender's bias against a race, religion, disability, sexual orientation, ethnicity, gender, or gender identity. To drive all of this home, Robert Aaron Long said it's not about race and said it was about his sex addiction. Yet he centered his sex addiction around the fetishization of Asian women. So, although he says it's not about race, it's totally about race. It's all about race. Just say that. It's about race. Which makes it a hate crime. And it's not too early to say that. It's right on time, actually. Actually, you're late. It should have been hate crime o'clock last week. So say it now. Start saying hate crime, because that's what it is. To give you even more context, Stop AAP I Hate, a coalition that tracks instances of discriminatory and violent acts against Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders, reported that 3,800 incidents occurred over the past year that targeted Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. Also, let's address the Cheeto in the room. The past president used a lot of xenophobic and racist rhetoric that led to the specific targeting of Asian Americans and incidents of violence that occurred all throughout the country. Speaking of racist rhetoric, the Minneapolis Police Department took to the mic last week to say this.
I also, as the mayor indicated, want to thank our federal partners yesterday who have joined with us as a city to bring in additional resources to hold those accountable who would dare try to harm any section of our city. But specifically, we have seen an increase in violence in and around the 38th and Chicago area. So I want to thank our U.S. Attorney, our Special Agent in Charge, FBI and ATF, Sheriff Hutchinson of the Hennepin County Sheriff's Office as well.
Oh man, you gotta love Chief Arredondo. You never know which one you're going to get. Right there, he was going off with a lot of acronyms and different departments that are in town, which was really another way of saying, we got them boys in town, man. So if anybody tries anything, it's gonna be that ass. This is a black chief of police in a very white city. I mean, Chief Arredondo is between a badge and a white place. This is not an easy space to be in. He has to code switch more than software engineers, and he has to deal with killer cops all the time, just like black folks do. I really feel like Chief Arredondo needs an interpreter. Let's help him out, huh?
I would hope that when we start to engage in with community in reopening up that intersection, that individuals, while they absolutely have a right to maybe be upset, maybe not be happy with it, but I would hope that they would not resort to any sort of criminal conduct or physical confrontation with officers.
I hope nobody gets their ass beat. I hope nobody comes within 6 feet of me. I hope y'all watch me lift these cement barriers and not say something while I do that. In the words of Doughboy, we got a problem, motherfucker?
We got a problem.
The other reason for that is I'm a firm believer that public safety is just part of an ecosystem, a larger ecosystem. The people over there, we need transit. Many rely upon the public transportation system. We need transit open again.
Look, fam, I got a lot of white people breathing down my neck about this D-line. And if their bus doesn't get up and running, somebody finna get cussed out. You wanna talk to these white folks? Nah, didn't think so. F up out of here with that. Next question.
Question is the reopening in terms of basically the timeline. Is it something that will occur after the trial date? We are not going to, and I've been in daily conversations with the mayor, and as he has stated, and as I agree with him wholeheartedly, we are not going to let the trial dictate when it's the right time to safely open up that intersection.
I don't give a f about this trial. I'm gonna open up this intersection whenever I feel like it. I'm getting tired of these questions about this trial, man. Next question, and it better not be about no trial. I swear to God, dog.
We still have been responding to calls in and around that area. Obviously, the environmental structure that's currently in place can make it very challenging.
Oh yeah, it looked real challenging when the cops went on a thrilling 5-mile-per-hour car chase through the square for no reason. You watching this right now, I'm talking to you. If you live in Minneapolis, you know that you're paying for that, right? 10 plus squad cars and a helicopter to track down one car going 5 miles per hour. That's what you pay for. Oh man, Minneapolis Police Department, y'all are funny, man. Y'all are real funny. You waste a lot of money. At this rate, Mayor Fry is gonna have to start a reality TV show for y'all just to keep paying your bills. No, we haven't thought of any kind of reality TV show or buddy cop film for Mayor Fry and Arredondo. We haven't thought about that at all, no. But if we had, this is what we'd pitch. In a land of lakes and lies, where kingpins ruled with the Scandinavian fist and property values passively rose in the night, 2 below-average city workers wanted to maintain the status quo and would stop at nothing to compromise for it, even if it meant their own morals and integrity. In a new buddy cop drama for the ages, dropping mid-demic, No Justice, No Problem, starring Mayor Gentrify.
Hello, is this the National Guard?
Yes, it is, young man.
I heard a loud noise and I think it might be the protesters. Oh shit, they're here.
Okay, we'll be right over.
And Chief Dondo.
If any of them can look me in the eye today to say that that intersection, the way it currently is operating, is contributing to the peace and safety, we've got a problem.
He's a tough-talking, do-nothing chief of police, and he's a tough-talking, do-nothing mayor. Together, they're the police partnership to make sure the city stays the way it is. In no justice, no problem. That will do it for us here at Good Morning Minneapolis. Thank you so much for tuning in to Onside Public Media. My name is Toussaint Morrison. If you want to become a member, it's in the link below. Thank you to all the supporters, and feel free to email us at onsidepublicmedia@gmail.com if there's any other topics you want us to cover down the line. That'll do it for us. Our work is never done. We'll see you in the next one.